Okay, so let us move on to the next story. Last week, the big story was that GTA 6 was leaked online. Videos were shown, code was apparently taken out. Just a huge deal last week. Towards the end of the week last week, it seems that the hacker that was responsible for this and hacks on Uber, Nvidia, and Microsoft was arrested in England around that time. It's a 17-year-old it's a 17-year-old young man, so they don't have a name, of course, because he is a minor, and he was part of a hacking group called what was the it was play what was the name of the group? I'm sorry, Lapsus. God, you guys gotta come up with better names. Lapsus with a dollar sign. You nerds. Jesus Christ. Get a marketer if you can, please. But, right. So, yeah. They basically were able to, they I guess, found the person, which I guess him being located in the UAE was not right. So I'll own that one to a certain extent. But, yeah. And it came out today on Tuesday that he has pled not guilty in, I believe it's a child's court, or in a London youth court, for using a mobile phone for hacking purposes. And it looks like the counts were, he was charged with 2 counts of breach of bail conditions and 2 counts of computer misuse. Now, apparently, I guess he got arrested before for this. So that's where the 2 counts of bail conditions, or breach of bail conditions, came from. Zero, what do you think of the developments involving the GTA breach and the arrest of the person who supposedly did this?
My first thought was more from my computer security background, which was, dude, if you're gonna hack some big corporations and start trying to basically hold the information for ransom, don't live or be in a country that will either prosecute the shit out of you or extradite the shit out of you. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was just my first thought. I was just like, dude, you got way too cocky and way too greedy, and you were way too dumb to stay in the UK. You should have just gotten your ass out of the UK and been like, yep, I'm in the UAE for real, guys. So bidding for this information starts at several $100,000 or something.
Yeah, but in all fairness, okay, yeah, what this guy did was dumb, but he is a kid. And I know people be like, oh, he's 17. No, he's a kid. Okay? What he did was wrong. And he's going to get punished for it, and he should. But this is the stupidity of youth, I think. And clearly this guy is talented, because if he's able to do it at this young of an age, imagine what he can do later on down the road. So, yeah, people are saying, oh, his life's ruined. It's over. He's done. Like, he just ruined his life. No, I don't think that's what's going to happen. He's going to get off lightly on this. He's going to basically, I don't know if there's probation in England, or I don't think he's going to jail. I think he's going to get a severe probationary type of offense. Like, again, England in law, I have no idea. But I'm basing it what I know in the U.S., like, unless you do something really messed up as a youth, like 16, 15, 17 years old, like murder or sexual assault, they generally give you either juvenile detention or probation. And I think that's what's going to end up happening, is that he's going to get some kind of probationary kind of thing. And then once he goes to college and everything, these tech companies are going to want to hire this guy as a white hat hacker or someone who can work defense and pay good money for him. Because if he was able to do this at 17, you know that he's going to be able to do much more later on down the road. I mean, you're the one that has the background in this. What do you think?
If he can keep his head squeaky clean and just not repeat offend that he gets himself caught, then yeah, he probably has a bright future ahead in the world of computer security. But the allure of crime is often very, very hard to resist. As cynical as I may sound saying that.
No, you're absolutely right. People who tend to do crime tend to think a certain way and act a certain way, and it's hard to combat that. But it does happen. Like, all you need to show the person is you can do a lot with what you're doing by by being in the defense of, let's say, these corporations that you are attacking. Because if you go to a corporation with like as someone who will defend their service, goes, oh yeah, by the way, remember the time when people hacked Rockstar Games and leaked GTA 6? That was me. Here's my proof. And all of a sudden, you have these guys. Oh, we need to pay 6 or 7 figures to get this guy, because if he can do this, he can probably defend our servers a lot better. He knows what to look for. So, yeah, if he keeps his head squeaky clean, which I'm gonna hope that he does. I think he will, because I think after this, I think he realized that, because when he posted everything, didn't he say he was surprised at how much heat he was getting? Like, if that's the case, then I don't think he was aware of what he was. Maybe he was aware of what he was doing, but I don't think he was specifically aware of what this could mean for him when he did this. I thought, to me, it sounded like a goofy, stupid kid who was like, wouldn't it be funny if I found out what GTA 6 was like? And then he did, and he posted, I'm like, oh God, why is everyone mad at me? Like, what? Oh my God, what's going on? Why is everyone going after me? Like, I think he was just in over his head on this. So
Yeah, and that's a fair assumption too. But at the same time, just it's one of those things of, yeah, if you're gonna start or if you're gonna start doing things that are potentially criminal, then yeah, you need to learn really how to harden yourself up.
Yes.
That's just kind of hacking 101.
that is true. I think my hope is that this will be the lesson for him to not do that anymore and start going for those degrees that can make him to be a security analyst of sorts, so he can make a good living doing this. Like, remember, I don't know if you remember this. There was a person who did a lot of fraud when he was very young called Frank Abagnale. Do you remember the name of this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. His story was made into the movie Catch Me If You Can. And basically, he defrauded people through using bad checks off of millions of dollars. And what he would do is he would take the money and he would fly all over the place and have different types of aliases and identities until he finally got caught and went to jail. And then after that, he turned into, I think, an FBI not an informant, but an analyst who was able to detect, like, who was using bad checks and what he was doing. So, like, he could easily pigeonhole that into a career like that if he's smart. But he has to be smart. He has to stop this. So, hopefully he's able to at this point. But, yeah, not really like a business story, but an interesting story involving the hack. But I gotta be honest, if I were Take-Two, after all the dust is settled, I would contact this kid privately and go, hey, you keep your nose clean, we'll hire you for a defense analyst or for like a security analyst, because what you did was, he had to have done something that was exceptional in order to access all of that, because we don't know what he did specifically yet, but he had to have done something that no one noticed that got into this. Either that or Take-Two's security software is utter shit. But if he was able to hack through that and it was decent, the guy has a career. I mean, if he stays clean, of course. Thank you for listening to this podcast segment. The Capital Games podcast is done every week, and we post it on all your favorite podcast apps, as well as segments on YouTube. If you want to listen to another segment, you can listen to a new one right there on the screen. We also do a movie podcast called the Capital Games Movie Club. If you'd like, you can go ahead and click on that and see all the movies that we have reviewed from that point. Thank you for listening, and we hope to hear from you soon.